Hey, what's going on guys, Tech here. So today I'm going to be talking about a move that I think is quite underrated, as I don't really see a lot of Reina players use it and abuse it, and I'm not sure why, because it's super strong. And that move is standing free and its extensions. So I'm going to talk about standing free and why it's so good, and I'm going to show you how you can implement it into your gameplay. So standing free by itself is a homing high that is I18, and it high crushes at the 8th frame, so it's got super fast high crushing, but we don't really use it by itself as it's -11 and it doesn't do much of it. We use it for its extensions. So standing free has two extensions. Got 3-2 and 3-4. So 3-2 is a safe on block high and 3-4 is a -14 mid. So it's like kind of a built-in mix-up. But what we typically use standing free more because of its counter hit property. But if standing free is a counter hit, the 2 will launch. So that's super good. It's got already, we just talked about how many good properties are. It's homing, it's high crushing, and it's a counter hit launcher already. So, you know, pretty good. Now I'm gonna talk about how you can use this in your gameplay. And so I got a couple of interactions recorded here. So I'm going to show you its high crushing ability right here. So Kazi is going to do jab into jab. So we know that jab is 10 frames fast, it's +1, it's super fast. You know, this is completely Kazi's turn. If I try jab here, I always get beat out. So now I'm going to, after his jab, I'm going to do 3-2 and watch how he just evades him. There you go. See, he evades him. And you see that the both hits land because 3-2 is a complete natural combo. So you see it just goes underneath his jab completely because I said that it crushes from the 8th frame, so it's super fast. So that's his high crushing ability. Now I'm going to show you how it deals with high strings. So strings with like highs in them. I've got Kazi set here to do jab into jab, so it's a high string. Just watch how it destroys the string. So, oh wait, not this one. This one. So we got jab into jab. So I'm gonna do 3-2. Look at that counter hit launches it. Look at the reward I get. It completely destroys the string. So you can see how good this is. If you have a read on what the opponent's gonna do, if they're gonna use a string with highs like this, look at that. Completely goes under them for a big reward. So you can see how strong it is. Now I'm gonna show you why the tracking ability is good. So of course the string is homing. Now why this is good and what I like to use it for personally is to deal with sidestep attackers. When I talk about sidestep attackers, I mean people who like typically they like to do like a move on block into a sidestep button. Now this is like the flowchart. This is a lot of people have these kind of flowcharts where they do a move on block into an instant button as they want you to retaliate after that move on block, so they get like a punish. I'm going to show an example of that right here. So this is while standing forward into sidestep 1-1-2, and say if I did like jabs, see he steps my jabs and punishes me. Same thing with electric. So since standing free is homing, it'll you know, track the sidestep and then it'll catch the buttons as well, because he does have the frames. Because of the sidestep, he'll get counter hit. So I'm gonna show that here right now. 3-2, I get another counter hit launch. Look at that, insane. So it's really good to deal with these kind of flowcharts as they're very common online. I see a lot of these and they, you know, deter people from like just abusing these flowcharts. So that's another good way to use standing free to better. So we talked about 3-4, why it's, you know, it's an unsafe mid, so you don't really use it much. On hit, it's like, you know, it's decent, it's a knockdown, it's not a counter hit launch or anything, but we don't use it because of how unsafe it is. But in heat, it's the same thing with 3+4-4. You've probably seen this string. She gets this also added to her 3-4-4. I mean her 3-4, she gets 3-4-4. See that? 3-4-4. So it's the same thing. And why this is good is that 3-4-4, the last hit, the extension she gets is -8. Unlike 3-4, which is -14, you are -8, which means you're completely safe. So this makes the move extremely good. 3-4-4 -8, completely safe. There's no risk. So I'm gonna show you like another interaction that it's quite common. So you see here, Kazi's gonna do a heat burst. Kazi is +1 after the heat burst. And a lot of people like to jab after their heat burst on block to keep the opponent in check. As a lot of people also like to mash after heat burst because, you know, only +1, it's not a lot, not a big plus frame advantage. So, you know, jab is a good, you know, it's a good tool to keep our opponent in check. So I'm gonna mash after his heat burst with 1-1. See, I get completely beat out. So you can see that kind of jab there. So now I'm gonna do standing 3-4-4 in heat. So I'm gonna activate my heat. Gonna do the string, heat burst. Look at that. Goes completely under, and this time I'm using 3-4-4. Now this is a you know, we talk about how safe it is. So say even if I made the wrong read and like he didn't do a job, he did something else, or he just blocked, I'm not gonna get punished for that. I can do all 3 hits. I can do all 3 hits and like not get punished for it. So that's why it's super good. You can just throw it out, you know, you don't have to have a read, because the risk with 3-2 is that the opponent can completely duck it and launch it. It's not fully safe. If they have the matchup knowledge, they will duck it. And also 3-4 is -14, so you know you're gonna take a punch for that. So in heat it becomes completely safe and you can just throw it out willy-nilly, so it becomes even stronger. Okay, so I hope I conveyed properly why standing 3 is such a good tool to have, and why you should use it, and how you can, like, you know, destroy your opponent's, you know, pressure and like flowcharts and all that kind of sort of stuff. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and please subscribe, and if you have any questions then leave them down in the comment section below.